The actual day of divorce, I felt pretty good. Like I said, we got along at that time. I felt like I was helping her, helping her move down there when she needed to move again. They moved to a school closer for later my daughter to go to a different school. She needed to move to a different place to get her into that school. I helped move. I felt like I was just helping. Whatever we needed to do to keep things moving in a direction that would make my ex-wife's life consistent, where she was in control and she was doing what she needed to do, where the child support would be set up. Whatever we had agreed upon, I was totally okay with. So all those things led up to that day. And once the divorce was done, I was okay. There was no games played. There was no emotional roller coaster. Let's think about it. Let's go back to it. Don't sign. We didn't do none of that. And I think it's good not to do that, because there's a lot of emotional pain going on for parties involved, and the child being the one that I felt was the most important. And I think if it's just done, then everybody has an understanding of what's going on, and we can go on from there.
It's actually evolved over the years. If you go back to pioneer days, or if you go back to, looking in history, the husband was, the main man. The husband was the main person in the family that provided the family with food, clothing, shelter, and also love and time. That evolved over the years, because now, you come into the 20th century, and the role of a husband in the 20th century, well, it became, it remained, the philosophy remained the same, but what the man had to do was different than maybe what the pioneers or the historical figures did as husbands.
Talk more. Communication is key to most relationships. So, in opposed to my marriage, it was just like when I used to get upset, we used to get upset with each other. We just stopped talking. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to her. She's not gonna talk to me. Now, if it's a situation where I'm with someone, we have a altercation. Like, hey, let's talk this out. We're adults. We're supposed to be able to talk. You can't talk to somebody and that person is an adult. Something's wrong.
I tried to work out my marriage more than once. Tried several things in terms of helping her change jobs, supporting the family financially, all those things to help her get herself together, and then tried to work towards my aspirations. But every time it came to working towards my aspirations, something else would come up where it became about her needs again. So it became quite difficult. And our child was born. We actually had a child that was born prior to, who had actually passed away, and in childbirth. And so our next child was born, and there was promises made that she was going to assume full responsibility for the child. And once the child was born, I was actually handling most of the responsibility, so I wasn't able to finish school the way I had anticipated prior to us getting married and the agreement that we had made when we got married.
After my divorce, I immediately sought counseling, because I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I understood that when you go through such a traumatic event like a divorce, you need to immediately start working on the healing process. And as a therapist, I understood that I needed to be in counseling for me and my benefit and self-care. And I also enrolled both my daughter and I in family counseling.